They said federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is that an economic demand? Says Ajibola Bashiru. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got your ears this morning. Well, as our headline for this morning says that they said that federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is that an economic demand? Says Ajibola Bashiru. Well, we have it that the National Secretary of the APC, Senior Senator Ajibola Bashiru, has alleged that one of the demands of the protesters of the planned August 1st protest is that the proscribed IPOB group leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released by the federal government. He dismissed the notion that the upcoming protest is about poor governance, arguing that the protesters' demands are politically motivated rather than economically focused. He highlighted their demands such as scrapping the 1999 constitution and holding a national conference followed by a referendum. He also pointed out that the protesters are calling for the abolishment of the Senate and the enabling of making lawmaking a part-time activity. He says in an interview with Channels TV, the planned protest is not about bad governance, because when you talk about bad governance, there's so many parameters that you look into it. I don't know whether Nigerians have seen the cater of the so-called protesters. The demand of the protesters are politically demanded, a political demand, and they are not economic demands. The intention of the protesters are not right. One of the demands is that we should scrap the 1999 constitution and replace it with a people-made constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria through a national conference, which should be immediately followed by a national referendum. Is that an economic demand? Away the Senate arm of the Nigerian legislative system away and keep the House of Reps and make lawmaking part-time endeavors. Is that an economic demand? They also said the country should invest in education, and we are doing that already. They said the federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is that an economic demand? They also called for the sacking of judges, and when you look at their demands, it is very different from the legitimate aspiration of Nigerians for better living conditions. And that is all was said for you concerning this headline today this morning, which says that they said the federal government should release Nnamdi Kanu. Is that an economic demand? Says Ajibola Bashiru. Okay, this is very tough on this early morning. And before I move on, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, do well to tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a like on this video to get more updates concerning this in the nearest future to come. Well, Ajibola Bashiru says that they say that the federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is that an economic demand? Well, this man Ajibola Bashiru, he alleged that one of the demands of the protesters of the planned August 1st protest is that the proscribed IPOB group leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released. Should be released by the federal government of Nigeria. He dismissed the notion of the upcoming protest he dismissed it, saying that the upcoming protest is not about poor governance. It's not about poor governance, arguing that the protesters' demands are politically motivated. He says that the protesters' demands are politically motivated rather than economically focused. He then highlighted their demands such as scrapping the 1999 constitution and holding a national conference followed by a referendum. Like, seriously, the only thing I want to pinpoint out of this, well, for a protester saying that we want Nnamdi Kanu to be released, that is actually bad. Actually, I would say the truth. For if it really happened, because I didn't see anything on the internet saying that the protester was demanding for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and besides, the protests have not even started. So where did this man actually got his own news from? So where did this man actually got his own news from? Because I don't think Nnamdi Kanu is anywhere involved in this August 1st protest, or the federal government just lying just to shift the blame to another person, just like the way they did to Peter Obi. Let's look at the comment section for. Let me just see some people's few thoughts. Under the comment section of this headline, Eze Okpolo says that this will tell you the kind of fools Mr. President have as a supporter. They talk of points like mad people. Majority are taught Walayi Shikugumi is calling for protest, but they are chasing Peter Obi. This is exactly why suffering and smiling and at their children's name. Wow, look at that. This is what I was saying. I knew that a protester never called for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now they want to shift the blame to the heads of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just the same way they did to Peter Obi. Like, If you notice, Shekai Gumi and Bayo Onanuga, they shift the blame of this protest to Peter Obi, saying that it's Peter Obi supporters and the IPOB that are the one fueling up this protest. And now they are lying that a protester was calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They just want to confuse, like, they want to convince the remaining youth that are thinking about protesting not to protest. They're trying to make a soft landing for themselves, and that will not work. The federal government plan just to suppress this protest. Like, seriously, they're doing anything they can just to suppress this protest, and that will never work. Uduzoro Omo says that since Sunday Igboho is moving freely. Why not release Kanu? It is the right thing to do. It is the right to demand for independence for his people. You are stupid, ethnic, arrogant, Oga, shut your trap. Well, that is another thing entirely. Calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu is another thing entirely, and that is the IPOB's business. Yeah, it is the Brazilians' business. This is not the first time that they are calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But speaking about this August 1st protest, the federal government are trying to use IPOB as a landing spot, and that will not work. They're just trying to turn the minds of the youth, and that will not work. Whether they like it or not, this protest is going to happen, and this protest is going to be the end of the administration. Because since then, they can protest against Goodluck Jonathan in 2015. Now, what goes around comes around. Nkem Agoma says that, look at all the type of rubbish an elderly man like you is talking. Anyway, how will you know that Nigerians are suffering when you are among those sharing the Commonwealth? It's true now. Yes. How will you know that Nigerians are suffering when you are among the people sharing Nigerians' wealth, sharing Nigerians' money? What do you guys think concerning this particular update? Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button as big red one with the notification bell, so that anytime I have any new video concerning this, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you all for tuning in, and have a wonderful day ahead of you.